Why you're always tired. It's not sleep. You slept 8 hours last night. You went to bed on time. You didn't stay up late. You did everything right. And you still woke up exhausted. Still dragged yourself through the morning. Still felt that heavy, foggy, can't quite function feeling by 2 p.m. So you blamed the sleep. You told yourself you needed more, or better, or earlier. But here's the truth. The problem isn't your sleep. It's what's draining you while you're awake. And until you fix that, no amount of sleep will ever feel like enough. There's a type of exhaustion that has nothing to do with how many hours you spent in bed. Scientists call it mental fatigue, and it's quietly destroying your focus, your mood, and your ability to think clearly every single day. Most people spend years trying to fix their sleep schedule when the real leak is somewhere else entirely. And once you find it, everything changes. 1. Your brain has a battery, not a metaphor, a literal energy budget. Your brain makes up about 2% of your body weight, but consumes roughly 20% of your total energy. Every thought, every decision, every moment of focus draws from the same limited reserve. And unlike your phone, you can't just plug in and fast charge it mid-afternoon. When that reserve runs low, your brain doesn't shut down. It does something sneaker. It starts cutting corners. Thinking gets slower. Decisions get worse. Emotions get harder to regulate. And everything starts to feel heavier than it actually is. That feeling isn't weak. It's your brain rationing what's left. The problem is, most people don't realize how fast they burn through that reserve. And what's burning it fastest isn't the hard work. It's everything else happening around the hard work. 2. Decision fatigue is draining you before your day even starts. Every decision you make costs energy. Small ones, big ones. It doesn't matter. What to eat, what to wear, what to reply, what to watch, what to do first. Every single choice pulls from the same cognitive budget. And by the time you sit down to do anything that actually matters, the budget is already half gone. Researchers studied judges making parole decisions throughout the day. In the morning, about 65% of decisions favored the prisoner. By late afternoon, that number dropped close to zero. Same judges, same boxes, completely different outcomes. The only variable was mental depletion. And you're doing the same thing every day without realizing it. The average person makes roughly 35,000 decisions a day. Most of them are invisible, so small and automatic, you don't notice them happening. But they all cost something, and the cost is cumulative. This is why the most productive people live obsessively reduced decisions. Same breakfast, same morning structure, same work environment. Not because they're boring, because they're protecting their cognitive budget for things that actually matter. You don't need more willpower. You need fewer decisions. 3. Passive screen time is not left. This is the one most people get wrong. After a long day, you collapse on the couch, open your phone, scroll, watch something, zone out. It feels like rest. Your body is still. Your eyes are relaxed. Surely the brain is recovering. It isn't. Passive screen consumption, scrolling social media, watching videos, jumping between tabs, keeps your brain in a low-level processing state. It's not working hard, but it's not resting either. It's idling, like leaving your car engine running in the driveway. You're not going anywhere, but you're still burning fuel. True mental rest requires the absence of input, not different input. No input. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network. It's a system in your brain that activates during genuine rest. No screens, no tasks, no stimulation. This is when your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, makes creative connections, and repairs itself. It's maintenance mode. And most people never enter it because there's always another notification, another video, another thing to look at. You're not remaining between tasks. You're just switching stimulation. And your brain is paying the price every single day. Oven. Low-grade stress is a constant energy leak. You might not feel stressed. That's the problem. Most people associate stress with crisis, a deadline, a conflict, a major problem. But the most draining type of stress is the kind that sits quietly in the background. The unfinished conversation. The task you keep avoiding. The decision you haven't made yet. The email sitting in your drafts. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain keeps unfinished tasks in active memory, running them in the background like open tabs on a browser. Each one is a small but constant drain on your cognitive resources. You're not consciously thinking about them, but they're there, processing, pulling, consuming energy around the clock. This is why clearing your to-do list feels so physically relieving. It's not just psychological satisfaction. You're literally closing tabs and freeing up processing power. The fix isn't to do everything immediately. It's to capture everything completely. Write it down. Get it out of your head and into a system you trust. Your brain stops holding on when it knows the information is stored somewhere safe. 5. You're not eating for your brain. Your brain runs on glucose. Not occasionally, constantly. And the way most people eat, skipping breakfast, crashing on caffeine, eating high-sugar, low-nutrient meals, creates a cycle of energy spikes and crashes that mirrors exactly how tired and unfocused they feel throughout the day. The post-lunch slump most people experience isn't inevitable. It's a blood sugar crash, a direct result of what they ate and when, and it hits hardest in the early afternoon, right when focus and decision-making are already starting to fade. Your brain needs steady, consistent fuel, not a feast followed by a fast. Complex carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, foods that release energy slowly and keep glucose levels stable. Hydration matters more than most people realize too. Even mild dehydration, around 1 to 2% below optimal, measurably impairs concentration, memory, and mood. You might not feel thirsty, but your brain is already running slower. 6. The fix is no longer sleeping. It's better recovery. Sleep is essential, non-negotiable. But it's one part of a recovery system, not the whole thing. Real recovery means protecting your cognitive budget from unnecessary decisions. It means building genuine rest into your day. Not screen time, not passive entertainment, but actual mental silence. 10 minutes of doing nothing, a walk without headphones, sitting without an agenda. It means closing the open loops that are quietly draining you in the background. Writing things down, making the small decisions you've been postponing, finishing what you started, or consciously deciding to let it go. It means eating in a way that gives your brain stable fuel instead of a roller coaster. And it means understanding that tiredness is information. It's your brain telling you something specific is wrong. Not that you need to sleep more, but that something in your waking hours is leaking energy faster than you can restore it. Most people treat tiredness like a problem to push through. The ones who actually fix it treat it like a signal to investigate. 7. Start with one thing. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. That's just more decisions. Pick one leak, just one. If your mornings start with a flood of small choices, start making them the night before. Decide what you're wearing. Decide what you're eating. Decide what you're working on first. Remove the friction before it costs you. If your evenings are spent scrolling, set a 10-minute window of genuine silence before bed. No screen, no input, no stimulation. Just let your brain idle. Do it tonight. If your head is full of unfinished tasks, spend 5 minutes writing every open loop onto a single page. Get it out of your memory and onto paper. Feel the difference immediately. Tiredness that sleep can't fix is a system problem. And system problems have system solutions. You're not broken. You're just running too many things at once with no maintenance scheduled. Fix the leak. Then sleep will actually work.